The World Bank released a report this week titled Reclaiming Momentum Towards Poverty, Pakistan's Poverty and Resilience Assessment. This report talks about Pakistan's poverty reduction trajectory and its poverty rate. Hello and welcome to The Print. I am Udit Bubna and I will share some highlights from the report. Now, the World Bank's report says that Pakistan's one promising poverty reduction trajectory has come to a troubling halt, with the poverty rate rising by 7 percentage points between 2021-22 and 2023-24 to reach 25.3%. According to the report, Pakistan had dramatically reduced poverty from 64.3% in 2001 to 21.9% in 2018, declining by 3 percentage points annually until 2015, before slowing to less than 1 percentage points per year. But the impact of COVID-19, floods, high inflation, economic and political instability have left the country vulnerable and unable to cope up with the macro challenges, pushing poverty rates back to a projected 25.3% by 2023-24, thereby reversing years of hard-fought gains. The report attributed this trend to deep-rooted inequalities of opportunity, political instability, elite capture, and vulnerability to climate risk. The report further stated that the economic model that delivered early wins has reached its limits, with 14% of the population in 2018 remaining vulnerable to falling back into poverty when faced with shocks. The early decline in poverty was mainly driven by higher incomes from informal labor markets, providing over 95% of the jobs for those at the bottom of the distribution, and labor movements from low productivity agriculture to low quality services and construction sector, according to the report. The Pakistan government is facing criticism over the report. Umar Ayub Khan, leader of opposition and ex-Secretary General of PTI, has said that the report is an indictment against Pakistan Democratic Movement Party and the hybrid regime of Shehbaz Sharif and company. Apart from the economic slowdown, the report also highlights Pakistan's poor performance on various social indicators like education and sanitation services. Nearly 75% of primary school children in Pakistan cannot read or understand a simple story, while 31% of households lack sanitation facilities to manage human waste. To come out of the deep hole that Pakistan has dug for itself, the World Bank suggests undertaking bold reforms to ensure macro fiscal stability and private sector participation to drive long-term prosperity. Bold policy reforms are now essential to address structural imbalances, prevent sliding back into poverty during shocks, and tackle the persistent challenges in remote areas, the report states. The World Bank has recommended the need for strategic investments in human capital and public services, while also strengthening local governance by increasing transparency through enhanced digitization. To ensure long-term success, the World Bank advises Pakistan to prioritize fiscal interventions for the bottom 40% households despite limited availability of funds. According to the bank, this can be done by balancing optimal tax policy to promote growth while reducing the burden on the poorest segments of society, enhancing municipal financing mechanisms, and eliminating inefficient subsidies that disproportionately benefit wealthier households. Pakistan's poverty situation is linked to its slow and uneven economic growth. The real per capita GDP grew at just 2% annually over the last 2 decades, less than half of the regional average. According to the report, Pakistan's economic growth model is more consumption driven rather than being supported by investments and trade. This results in persistent fiscal deficits and rising public debt, which reached 78% of GDP in 2022. That's all from me today. For more such videos, please subscribe to the Print YouTube channel.